Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. I am MM2 Mila. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be covering every single thing about the new MM2 summer update. Everything from new maps, new weapons, new lobbies, everything, you name it. You can have your opinions, but don't be too mean in the comments, as I'm just giving my personal opinion. Okay, so first of all, the lobby. I love how it says view events, so you can look at all things. I also love the picnic. It just adds a little bit of a cute detail. And here is where the voting is for the maps, and it's like supposed to be like a lobby hotel. Okay, now we're going to be covering this map. This is the first one, and it is called Beach Resort, and this one has so much design, like the slide, but it is a little bit laggy and it makes you get flinged sometimes, so that's one bad glitch. Exterior is really detailed and I really like it because it's really cute, but then the interior isn't as great because the colors are pretty bland, but the details are pretty good. I like how there's stairs. I wish you could go through this little door, but it's okay. And then the hallways are kind of cramped, so that's not very good for the innocents. Then the office is pretty cool. It reminds me of Office 3. Here's an example of why tight hallways are not good for innocents. Favorite part about this map is shown in this clip. See how there are so many ways I can like move around and get out of the way. And I love how whenever you get outside, it's like super roam free. It very much reminds me of Millbase because the inside is kind of cramped, but the outside is super flexible to just move anywhere you want. Another super awesome detail is that you can actually swim in the water, but you can also sit, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is like this little like bar type thing, and it is so cute. I love the detail. Another detail I like are the little floaties. I think they're really cute. Okay, here's another clip of the hotel themed map area. There's another slide just like the beach resort map, and then there's these little seats, I guess. I really wish you could land them, but you can still sit on them, which I think is still super duper cute. Also, I love how you can literally look over and you can also jump over it. Goodness, I can't believe I forgot to mention this, but look at this soccer field. It is so freaking detailed and I just love it. Another thing I love is how there's the water and the sand and rocks and starfish. I love that detail. Personally, I think this area is very unnecessary because it doesn't really have anything there, but that's just my opinion. The sand and water is actually pretty realistic, I'd say, because the water is pretty clear. Okay, during this murder round, I'm actually going to be discussing some problems I have with MM2. First of all, I hate when you throw a knife across a dead body and it just stays in the air. It's so annoying and it's just a bad lag. Second one is that you can't shoot through the research facility door. And I'm pretty sure when you throw a knife through the door, it also gets stuck in the air. These are problems for many people, so I think these should be fixed. I also want to say that I think that we've been waiting for this summer update for so long that when we found out that it came, it was super underwhelming. Because me personally was definitely expecting much more from this update. Not to mention that the yacht and the beach resort are two maps that were in the past 2 years of updates, I think. Makes it a lot less enjoyable. Another thing is that the game allows you to buy a mini avatar. Because me personally, I do not like minis because they can always go under those tables in house 2 in the kitchen. And they can be hard to aim at with gun or knife. Now for the rewards. Okay, so we can get the bubble blower, the bubbly effect, the RC car toy, and the nightlife effect. I don't have any of them, but I've seen them and they look adorable. And then here are all the shells, and once you collect enough coins, you get a certain amount of shells. Those are daily quests, but now we're going to move on to weekly quests, which are the same thing, just higher numbers. Now you can use the shells to buy this summer box of 2026. It includes bubble, sunset, Neapolitan, tourist, sand, duckies, cherries, turtles, pure, and floral. Each box costs 120 shells or 60 diamonds. I personally think that 60 Robux for one box that you're probably going to get a common in anyways is definitely a scam. So ignore how low my coins are. Anyways, I definitely do think that the summer box is a great addition to this update.
Let me show you how to move, let me show you how to get that bad, you ain't never coming last. Fuck your man, you know this gon' make him mad. Break that back, then we make a film on cam. Shake that ass, baby, show them that you bad. Freaked out, show them that you freaked out. Freaked out, I can tell you freaked out. Freaked out, show them that you freaked out. Freaked out, I can tell you freaked out. From the front, shot it, man, get it down. She's so fucking bad, make her ex so mad. From the front, shot it, man, get it down. She's so fucking bad, make her ex so mad. Hey, I get wild thoughts when I'm with you, baby. I like you on top, girl, you do amazing. I tell her don't stop, I'ma make you famous. Fuck.
Okay, I feel like this is a huge hot take, but the pier is my favorite MM2 summer update map. I really think that it is so detailed in ways that the other maps could not compare. For example, first there's a dunk tank. Like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, and I feel like it's really slick too. And then on the other side, there's a whole selection of fake games. First, there's a dart game, and then this axe throwing game, and then the one next is a shooting game. I also want to add that one of my favorite details is the little bunny stuffed animal. And then next are these two stores. One has clothes, one has surfboards. I think it's super duper cute. Then there's this little storage room. I'm so sad the door doesn't open, but you know, it's alright. And then as you leave the store, there's this little bottle game. I'm not sure what this is though. And then farther down, there's a hot dog stand, a teacups ride, then just some more random games, you know, a soccer, basketball game, you know. But then you walk over here, and I think this might be my favorite detail of this whole map. There's a porta potty that you can actually go in, and there's a toilet and toilet paper, and I think it's really realistic. And then there's a cute little table, and then this little coffee shop. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye guys.